It all started on a Friday afternoon. I was watching a couple of DuckTales, the NES game, videos on YouTube, so I decided to go and find a copy of it and play it. I had gone to a nearby game exchange. I wonder if I could find a copy here. I went and looked around. The games were usually in the back. I was scrolling through this selection of NES games and I noticed there was one copy left. "Can I help someone here?" I asked. One of the workers came by and opened the case and pulled it out for me. I looked at the game and noticed something odd. The cover was torn and marked with what I assumed was red marker, and Scrooge's face was missing. He must have belonged to someone with kids, I guessed. Paid them the $10 for most of it. When I got home, I was excited that I finally found a copy of DuckTales to play. I put it in the NES and started playing it. The title screen popped up where there were selections for the type of game: easy, normal, difficult. I'll go with normal first. I selected normal, and the screen went black and the game brought to the title screen. What the hell? I chose easy, then difficult, and the same thing happened. Back to the title screen. What's going on? I decided to pull it out and blow it, and then put it back in. Then it got weirder. The title screen music didn't play and Scrooge's eyes were facing right instead of looking at the screen. What in blazes is he looking at? I tried to pick up the level, but nothing happened. I then pressed D on the pad to go right and past difficult. Where did it go? I tapped every button to make it come back. I hit A and the game turned dark red, then black. Then when it came back on, Scrooge was on top of the pillar that had a treasure box. The one you raised Flintheart and Gold to. The Transylvania theme wasn't playing. That's weird. I was about to return it, but curiosity was one of the weak points. His money meter said 9999999, and the time was 999, but it was going down. I made Scrooge jump off the pillar and the screen followed Scrooge down to the floor. I decided to walk past where the mirror was. I had Scrooge jump in and it led me into a room with false wall. I walked past the false wall and tried to jump down the hole and continued the progress back to the beginning of the level. There were no enemies and there were duck skeletons laying there, as I usually would during the game. When I went to the coffin, there was something interesting on it. Instead of having the letters R.I.P., it had a red bloody arrow on it and it was facing left. Left? I was even more curious at this point. I decided to progress through left and I saw the mirror, one that takes you to Skull Key. Instead of black, it was red, like Scrooge's outfit. On a side note, why isn't Scrooge's outfit blue? If the game is based on the show, at least make it blue. I jumped to the mirror, and the screen played a teleport noise, but the screen went black and flashed multiple colors, red, blue, black, and the works. What the hell is going on with this game? The game loaded to an Amazon stage. The sky was black and the ground was blue, and the rocks were red. The Venus flytraps didn't attack and looked all glitched up and dead looking. What? Is this game bugging out? I noticed Scrooge's eyes looking at them were sick and exhausted, and then when I did the pogo attack, there were no sound effects and they only went halfway. I continued to scroll left and that's when I reached the part of the rope. It wasn't there. Instead, there was a pit where the narrow sign was facing down. I jumped down the hole and the game teleported to another stage. This one was in the Himalayas. Halfway down through the first part, the music started playing again, but it only played the first 5 notes, then dragged the 6th note out for a long time. Like a low scream when I got to the part with the pit. There was one of Scrooge's nephews, Huey, I think. I decided to walk over to him and press A. The message he gave was weird. Money, even with it, it cannot escape death. No matter how much you gain, no matter what you do, in the end we all go the same way, dead and forgotten. That's really dark. The game then flashed and glitched out, and I was on the moon stage. The ground was blood red and the sky was totally black. This music wasn't playing right. It was jumping between loud and silent. The ropes to the ship were gone. I wonder what would happen if I fell into the hole. I decided to do that, and just like that, But all that happened, and I was to stand on the visible hole. I continued to scroll through right until I reached a hole where one would climb down to the boss level. There were Dewey, Louie stand on both sides facing Scrooge, but one looked at the screen staring at me, while the other looked down the hole. No matter how many times I clicked A, they wouldn't talk, so I decided to jump down the hole, and when I did, the screen went black. I was able to scroll right, and then the screen faded in. To my surprise, Scrooge had no arms or pupils. His eyes were completely white. Into my horror, I decided to scroll right for more, and to my surprise, all the bosses were facing right. I wonder why. As I continued to scroll, there was a coffin. The one from earlier was standing up there. I got close to the coffin and clicked on the message box said, "We live, we learn, but for what purpose? To die. This seems to be a way of life. Thus you'll die and be forgotten by memory." The health bar disappeared and Scrooge was knocked into the coffin. The screen then faded to black, and then another message box said, "No matter what you do, what you earn, you will die. There is no escape." I destroyed the game as soon as I finished, but to this day, I'm still bothered by the message the game left in mind. We all go the same way.
What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.